Good evening everyone and welcome to TTML. We are here for Division 5 action for round 8 of the championship, and as you can see on your screen, we're not going down under to Australia. We will be definitely going to the Italian Grand Prix as the title says. My name is James Hay, going to be taking you through the action as always for Division 5. I would normally be joined by Dan Hoggard, Kiviar Dakar alongside me in the commentary box. He's not available tonight. I've bring my call comms that is supposed to be here. It's not here like last night. It might be another case of him putting a penny in the meter. So hopefully he can join the party. I've given him invites to the lobby and whatever. So hopefully he'll be joining me at some point within the next few minutes or so. But what I can do is take you through what happened last week, of course, in Hungary. And it was a really intriguing race actually in Hungary. Jeffrey really gave himself a very good platform to go forward in the championship. He won last time out, beating Tekken, who is the championship leader still. Zero finishing in third. He had a cracking drive in Hungary. What did that do to the standings? Well, Tekken leads on 161 points from Jeffrey in second on 125. Maximus in third on 122. They're all here tonight, which I'm glad to report. So the top three are really going to be finding themselves towards the top end of the field, I would think, once again. Maze is in fourth, purely down there to consistency in the last couple of weeks. He's fourth on 99 points. Atlas Copo in fifth on 98. Jibby Storm in sixth on 94. 5 points separating fourth down to sixth. Then a bit of a break to Zero, who had his best result of the season last week in Hungary. He's in seventh on 78 points. Nilsson in eighth on 56. He's been quite consistent as well within the top 10 of the standings. Passels is in ninth on 52, and I am Nellis in 10th on 50 points. So that is the top 10. The bottom 10 of the field. Backspike in 11th on 48 points. Shumi in 12th on 46, with Salas in 13th on 41. Invictus in 14th on 37. Rock City in 15th on 35. Same with Sapmi King as well. He's also on 35, tied for 15th. NSR Storm in 17th on 29. Tom in 18th on 23. De Miles in 19th on 9. And we have got a vacant seat in the Renault. And I do believe we've got a new sign-in in that. And yes, it's your boy Alfie, who I think is one of the newcomers. He's taken that seat here tonight in Division 5. He is going to be racing, and there is also an American driver in called Serve the Blessed. Great name that for PSN, Serve the Blessed. He is taking the Haas seat by the looks there in the lobby. And if you've seen red bars and orange bars, whatever, don't worry about it. It's all going to be fine there. The track has just been changed. We are going to Italy. We're not having a repeat of round 1, so don't worry about that. Constructors' standings are as follows. Racing Point lead on 252 points, with Mercedes in second on 224. Ferrari in third on 152. Then a point gap down to Renault in fourth on 151. Red Bull in fifth on 145. AlphaTauri in sixth on 128. McLaren in seventh on 93. Williams in eighth on 78. Haas in ninth on 61. And Alfa Romeo in 10th on 50 points. So that is how the constructors' standings is, and also the drivers' standings as well. And of course, we should take a look at this track in question in more detail. The Temple of Speed, as it's known, the Autodromo Nacional de Monza, to give it its full name. Around a 5-kilometre length lap around here. Really test the drivers to their limit. There are only 11 corners, believe it or not, but it is really that time, It is really that time for the drivers to be very consistent, especially in terms of overtaking and one-to-one racecraft, especially around here. I see it all the time. Whenever I've commentated around here, we always get a couple of drivers of the exception rather than the rule, and they don't drive that cleanly. We have to put it on record now that all drivers should drive cleanly in TTML. I mean, if you haven't been driving cleanly for the last 7 weeks, then I don't know what planet you've been on, to be honest, but obviously in Italy it does prove to be a real interesting track, a real hard track to drive as well. Hopefully, as I say, we're going to get, looks like we've just got the ready up there within the lobby now. Hopefully we're going to get Michael Comms in. I'm going to give him a quick invite just to be sure, both to the party and to the lobby, just to make sure he doesn't miss out. And he did join a couple of minutes late within qualifying last night in Division 2 as well. So just to pinpoint that, I'm going to briefly go on blue screen just to invite him into the party. Tekken has just warned me, by the way, just seen a message there on PSN, that he is doing a last to first challenge, so you might see him retire in qualifying. Let me just search up Ivor Bryn Mike's name, and then we'll get back straight into the action for 18 minutes worth of qualifying and a 50% race, 27 laps of which are going to be completed here tonight in Italy. Says the invite being given out, and we're straight into qualifying, as you can see. Beautifully timed, and now the drivers will load up their setups. It is good to see quite a number of drivers here. I think we've got 17 in total here tonight. So once again, breaking the boundaries for Division 5 in terms of attendance. We only had 11 drivers here in Division 1. We had 18 last night in Division 2. So the attendance is really trying to pick up. In Division 1, it is a bit of a shame that we're only getting 10, 11 drivers per race. Hopefully that does pick up. I know that there's the case that you can make where the bigger the league, the bigger division that you're in, the less drivers that turn up. It seems to be the case with that, but with Division 5 certainly breaking the boundaries with 17 in attendance, which is fantastic to see. We are just waiting for the final cars to get ready and to sink into the lobby, and we should get underway very shortly indeed for 18 minutes worth of qualifying. Is it going to be dry? Is it going to be wet? Let's have a look as we load into the lobby. Beautiful blue skies at the Autodromo Nacional de Monza. No threat of rain, it seems, here in qualifying. Not like Division 1, where, of course, it was intermediate conditions and it was the case of last across the line really nabbed pole position. It's going to be really interesting to see how these guys get on. Don't expect a flurry of activity within the first minute. It's never the case that we have a flurry of activity within the first minute. Drivers will try and get out there as much as possible on their laps. Hopefully they will be able to exit the pit lane. It looks a little bit untidy, to be honest. It just, oh, there's the first car coming out. It looks like out the Red Bull garage, and it might be Tom, if I'm not mistaken, who is coming out the pit lane. It's certainly one of the Red Bulls anyways that is coming out, and yes, it is Tom, the Welshman, who is coming out first. So let's see how Tom gets on, of course, in the session. And we have to feel for the people in Wales, of course. More restrictions being added there, of course, of COVID-19. My co-coms, Ivor Bryn Mike, living in Caerphilly. He's under lockdown. We're under lockdown here in the northeast of England as well, where I live in Sunderland. So it is going to be... it's a real shame, but it doesn't stop me doing the commentary. It's as simple as that. So I'm here, stuck in my bedroom, as always, talking you through the action once again for Division 5. Let's really ride on board then with Tom and get to see the undulating nature of the track. It is quite a flat track, to be honest. The Tekken has retired. Oh, and Tom spins coming out the Retterfield chicane. He's kept it out the wall. I didn't hear a tap of the wall there, but Tom lighting up the rears early does not want to be doing that. Thank God that's his out lap rather than his in lap. He's got a little bit of time with the McLaren just coming through short, and it looks like that's Invictus that is on a lap just behind him. He gets out the way. Tom now can continue on, but that's a scary moment to begin off qualifying. That is definitely not what you want to be seeing in terms of qualifying as well. So let's run on board then with Zero, who is the first out on track now because of Tom's spin. And Zero finished third last time out in Hungary. Really drove a great race, the Dutchman, and he'd be hoping to try and continue that consistency of form. I think he's currently, what, 6th or 7th, I think, in the standings, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's 7th on 78 points coming into tonight. It's going to be really intriguing to see how Zero gets on out on track tonight. So he now comes around the final corner to start us off on a lap around the Autodromo Nacional de Monza. 75% of the lap of which can be taken at flat out speed. So they're going to be maintaining the throttle power all the way pretty much for 75% of the lap. Zero down towards turn 1, down to the Retterfield chicane, misses the curb coming through turn 1, but powers out coming through turn 2. Very nice. Tend to take the wider out line, to be honest there. Tries to get the run through turn 2. Now through Curva Grande at turn 3 on the run up towards the Della Roggia chicane. Don't get the two chicanes mixed up like I normally do. 26.2 from Zero through the first sector. So not a bad first sector from him. A little bit hesitant going into the second half of the Della Roggia chicane. Rock City just gets out the way to the right hand side. He now comes into the fearsome Les Mills. Off camber, the Les Mills. Now coming through turn 7. And now opens up that second DRS zone. Only 2 DRS zones, remember, here in Italy. One down the start finish straight, one down towards through the Curva del Seraglio, down towards Ascari, and Zero on a lap, 52.9, sub 53 through the middle sector. So this is not looking too bad at all from Zero. Very nice and clean through Ascari. That is how you take Ascari hand over fist. And now Zero coming through towards the final corner at Parabolica, of course, famously where Peroni had his accident in Formula 3 last season. It was a horrific accident. They have got rid of the sausage curb on the left hand side, as you can see. Zero now coming now towards the line. And it's a 1:19.6 to get us underway, so not a bad lap there at all from Zero. Right on board with Passels, who's one of the next ones to come across the line. I think there's a Red Bull, of course, just ahead of Tom, who was on a lap. But we're right on board with Passels, who's going to go behind Zero with this lap. Tom goes behind Zero as well, 1:20.4. Passels across the line, 1:21.5. I'm sure we can improve quite a lot on that lap time. Jippy Storm through the middle sector, just trying to pinpoint who might be coming towards the line. Certainly Jippy Storm will, and Jeffrey has retired. I don't know where he is retired. I'm not sure if that's in the pit lane or that's coming through into, oh, it's the first Lesmo. He's crashed through the first Lesmo. Try and pick up on that with the Haas that's just coming through, which I think is, if I find him, Rock City. And just missed him, sadly. The car has just been cleared up, so Rock City through, Jeffrey out through the first Lesmo. So his good run of form, his win last time out, he's going to have to do it all the way from the back of the field, it seems, tonight so far. Could be right on board then. Atlas Coppola coming around the final corner. Let's see how he comes towards the line. No, he's straight into the pit lane. So he's straight into the pits, trying to pick up on somebody that's coming through the final sector. Rock City now coming through Parabolica. Let's see what the Norwegian can do. Only his third race, I think, in Division 5 this season. And the Haasman now comes around the final corner for the Americans. And comes across the line, goes second, barely ahead of Tom. 2,000th of a second separating Rock City and Tom in terms of time. Very good lap there from him. Shumi is one of the next to come across the line. He's coming round Parabolica, I should say. That's a northeast accent if I've ever heard one. Shumi now coming towards the line. He might just pop ahead of Rock City and does. 1:20.286, goes about a tenth of a second ahead of Rock City. Nice lap there by Shumi. Nearly a third of the way through qualifying. Maze is on a lap as well. So we'll see how Maze is getting on as he comes now down through Ascari. 53.9, inevitably I think he can improve on that middle sector. And what I'll do as well is tune into the comment section to see how you guys are doing on this fine Friday evening. And Tekken saying, I'm going to pass 19 cars. It's a full wet race apparently. It is a full wet race. That's going to be really interesting indeed. So hopefully we're going to see that as Miz now comes towards the line. He will go just behind Passels by about 200ths of a second. Just trying to see if I've had any communication at all by my co-commentator. I haven't. So I'm not sure where Mr. Iverbryn Mike is. Hopefully he's not running too late. But Maximus on a lap. There was a McLaren actually round through the middle sector there. Could have been Invictus possibly. No, Invictus is the car behind Maximus. So Maximus and Invictus both on laps. 53.7 for Maximus. Purple in the middle sector. Indicative, I think, of his personal best rather than the session best. As he runs wide through Ascari. And that is why you don't run wide through Ascari, because you pick up a penalty like that. So Maximus now with Invictus behind on a clean lap. Let's see how Invictus does. The provided Cullen McLaren coming around the final corner now. As Invictus comes towards the line. This is going to be very close to Zero, I think. Across the line. Goes quickest. 1:19.5 from Invictus. So he goes 800ths quicker than Zero out on track. Well, it's actually 700ths of a second. But Invictus goes quickest ahead of Zero into second place. Dropped Zero. And he's just coming out the pit lane there. Silas on a lap, 54.1 through the middle sector. Now coming up towards the run towards Parabolica, underneath the Rolex sign there. Will break just after the 100 metre board, or just before the 50 actually. He now turns the car in. Very nice turn in, just runs wide on the exit. Doesn't want to run too wide. Silas now comes towards the line. He's going to jump in behind Passels, I think. Yeah, he goes ahead of Passels actually. Jumps in behind Jippy Storm. 1:21 flat from him. Nice lap there. It's your boy Alfie on a lap, Maximus on a lap. Atlas Coppola was invalidated coming through the Rettifilio chicane. We'll watch on board with Maximus though. Looks like he's going for another lap, 53.3. And that's much better again through Ascari. He's invalidated again at the same point coming through Ascari. Literally said he was on for a good lap, and then 2 seconds later, barely a second later to be honest, Maximus invalidates coming around Ascari. And he just needs to try and take that with a little bit more curb, I think. He will get around the corner if he just takes that little bit more curb on the left-hand side coming through turn 10. That's on the exit of Ascari. Maximus might just be doing that. As now it's your boy Alfie on his debut. Comes through the middle sector. We're nearly halfway through qualifying in Division 5. Invictus leads, Zero second, Shumi in third. It's your boy Alfie getting caught there on the curb. but going very nicely indeed in that vacant Renault. He now comes towards the final corner. I think that is Atlas Coppo just behind him on a lap, if I'm not mistaken. So it's your boy Alfie now coming around the final corner. He's going to go in around Silas Passel sort of area, I think, across the line. Yeah, right, actually, towards that end. So he goes 9th, 120.9 from it's your boy Alfie. Silas in 10th. Atlas Coppo has just gone on to a lap just in behind. So yeah, see how he gets on. I don't think he'll be sending a lap though, because he's low on fuel. And he'll be trying to make his way back into the pit lane. Zero is up. 900 through the first sector. Let's see what the Dutchman can do. Can he respond to Invictus's time of a 119.5? We should see, I think, towards the end of the session, maybe a 118, I'm thinking. 118.9, 118.8. Could see this from Zero. 200's up, so he's barely breaking even, to be honest, as he comes now through the middle sector. Really attacked this on his last lap, and again, really attacking coming through Ascari. Under the Rolex sign he goes. And now down towards Parabolica. This is pretty much flat out now towards the line, except on braking, of course, into Parabolica. You don't want to be doing, you don't want to be going flat out through there. Randomer has joined, not sure who that is, but Zero now coming across the line. Doesn't improve. Oh, and he does actually. The timing's just glitched there. The timing's just glitched. 119.4 from Zero, so he goes quickest ahead of Invictus. Jippy Storm third, and Jippy Storm has just started on a lap. Rock City through the middle sector. 1200's down currently on his lap. I think that's Schumi just in behind him, coming through the Rettifidio, coming through the Della Roger chicane, I should say. So now Rock City coming through the middle sector once again. Let's see what he can do. Opens up the taps, opens up the DRS. In excess of 210 mile an hour, the cars will reach on the run down, and it looks like most of the guys are running a dry setup. Rock City up in the middle sector, 52.4 I think that was, through a middle sector, which is not too bad. 53.4, Rock City now coming down towards Parabolica, 20.3 to improve, and I think he'll find the time in the final sector, hopefully. The Norwegian in behind his fellow countryman for OWR, for Schumi, in 4th. Rock City now around the final corner. He's going to improve on this final sector across the line. 119.7 goes 3rd. Much better improvement in the final sector. He just lost it, I think, coming through Ascari, if I'm not mistaken, as we rode on board with his former lap. Jippy Storm, by the way, came across the line to go 4th, 120.1. Just have a look further down the field, see if anybody is on a lap. So the Blessed is on a lap, the American. Driving in the Haas team as well. Haas being American, so the Blessed being American as well. As he now comes through the middle sector. I think Sev the Blessed, if I'm not mistaken, is a reserve as opposed to a full-time driver here in Division 5 of TTML. 54.6, not lightning quick coming through the middle sector, but to be honest, I think he's just trying to find his way around. And, gets caught on the inside curb. Doesn't want me riding on board with him, I think. That's why he's done that, as he now comes down towards Parabolica. I think he'll go slowest out of everyone. It's about 10 seconds from the DRS protection line to the line out on track. So Sev the Blessed coming around the final corner. Let's see what he can do. You can see him probably using the wheel for traction out the corner. 123.3. I think he'll improve as the session goes on. I mean, it is like a baptism of fire for any of these new drivers that do come in. Sev the Blessed inevitably will improve. We've seen drivers in TTML and in TTL in the past go from literally being zero towards the in the first race of the season to being a title contender the next season around. So you never know. This could be part of his development. Maximus across the line there, 19.9. It was an invalid lap once again from him. Schumi coming into pit lane. McLaren there of Nilsson, I think, was getting very close to the back of Schumi, possibly trying to get the toe. Tom as well into the pit lane after invalidating. So we'll ride on board with Nilsson with 5 minutes to go in the session. 0 on top, Invictus second, Rock City in third. Breaking into the 119s out on track, and Nilsson definitely not going to be setting a lap here, as he's invalidated coming through the exit of the Rettifidio chicane. So Nilsson now not on a lap. Passels is, though. He's 3/10 up, coming through the middle sector. Got a car just in the distance there. Not sure who that car is. Passels now coming around the final corner, comes towards the line. He will improve on this lap, coming across the line. Goes 9th, ahead of his teammate by 3.5 tenths of a second, actually. Passels 9th. It's your boy Alfie now 10th. So, Renault currently in the 5th row of the grid. Of course, remember, they are changing to Alpine Racing Team in real life. Alpine getting back into motorsport in general. They're signing up for LMP1s as well from 2021 onwards. Really good, I think, to have a subsidiary of the team coming in. Alpine coming back in, a famous name, a famous French name, and more importantly within the sport. So Pascal's going 9th. It's your boy Alfie in 10th position. Trying to right on board with somebody that's on a lap. Atlas Copo, 53 flat through the middle sector, and as soon as we come on board with him, he invalidates coming through Ascari, which is absolute typical, I think, of me riding on board with anybody. Jibby Storm, by the way, just been informed in the chat, Jibby Storm does have a qualifying ban. So Jibby Storm, not sure if he's read the Discord messages or if he's in the Discord, he was supposed to have a qualifying ban. Now, I didn't check this before the race began, so that might be my mistake. But Jibby Storm, 4th currently, his qualifying ban, though, will come into effect. And if a driver obviously has got a qualifying ban, you would imagine they'll take that next time around. If not, he could be getting another slap on the wrist, and he may get a bit more of from a qualifying ban. He might get a race ban or something like that. It's up to the stewards, of course. I'm not one of the stewards, so I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. Happy King into the pit lane with 3 minutes to go. Still 0-8 on top from Invictus 2nd, Rock City in 3rd. Just seeing how Division 4 is going as well. TTML Division 4, if you want to tune in for that, is live. And they've got about 3.5 minutes to go in the session. Charlie on top, Martin Bell 2nd, Key in 3rd, as I give you a live timing update there. And plenty of people showing their disgust for Italy, it seems, there in Division 4. I think Charlie especially was one of the guys showing a bit of disgust there in the comment section as I just literally went into the chat and just saw everything there. Nelson is on a lap, 700s down across the line. Now comes through turn 1. And plenty of drivers coming out on that lap. They've got to be very quick, I think, these guys. Zero, Jibby Storm, Shumi, Tom and the likes to get out of the pit lane with 2 minutes to go. Don't want to be leaving it too late, and we don't want a scenario like we saw in real life in both 2018 and 19 around here in qualifying, where drivers do not get a lap in. But Nelson is on a lap, barely down in the first sector. So now comes through the middle sector once again. Through the second last ball, just locking up slightly on the right. But now comes through the curve del Serrario, trying to take the curb coming through there. We saw an incident last night with Wesker and, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dylan last time out. Nelson 800s up through the middle sector. And a little bit of hesitation coming through there, but I was trying to get the run through Ascari. Nelson is on a lap at 120.5. Sappy King is 100th off currently out on track. Nelson coming around the final corner. Let's see what he's going to do. I think he's not really going to improve on this lap, to be honest. He's had an appalling final sector across the line. He does improve at 700ths of a second. Doesn't improve on his position, though. And we'll see how everyone else is getting on. Rock City is purple in the middle sector. Let's see what Invictus is doing, though. Invictus, 2nd currently, 119.5. He's about a 10th of a second off zero, and he's 800ths up. So he's within range coming through the finals, into the final sector now. Invictus has got to get a very good lap in here if he wants to try and nab pole position from zero with 45 seconds to go in the session. As now Invictus comes up towards Parabolica. I think that is actually Tom on a note that is just ahead of him. As now Invictus comes around the final corner. Is he going to go ahead of zero? We'll see as he comes towards the line. Should be taking the thin line down to the line. He doesn't improve in the end. It's a bit of a shock. He didn't improve. Maximus around the final corner. Let's see what he can do. Can he land himself pole position? No. Goes 4th. 120 flat. He could go for another lap if he's got enough legs in that car. Rock City not improving is into the pit lane. Invictus not going to be improving either. He's just came off his lap, of course. We've got Alice Copo just starting there across the line. Just trying to pick up on anybody that is coming through the final sector. As Tom is a 10th up through the first. Shumi has just started on a lap as well, 120.2. We're on board, though. Zero really left it late across the line. Jibby Storm retires. Just trying to ride on board. There is a McLaren coming around the final corner, so I'm just trying to see who that is. It's Nelson around the final corner, Rock City as well. I think Mays is coming around the final corner. He's invalidated. It's your boy Alfie has crashed coming out of Ascari as well. The Red Bull, though, of Tom is coming through Ascari and he's 2/10 up. Let's see what he can do. Oh, he invalidates. It's your boy Alfie there to the right-hand side. You can see him in the background of shot. Tom was 2 tenths up before invalidating through there. Shumi's not improving. Maximus could 600ths up. Atlas Coppo is coming through the final into the final sector split as well. But Maximus now really got to lay it on the line. He's got to find 6 tenths of a second to beat Zero for pole position. It could be impossible, to be honest. Zero is also out there on a lap as well, but Maximus towards the line goes 4th, improves 700ths of a second, but not enough. Shumi not improving. We've got Satmi King across the line now, goes 6th, 120.1, so a nice lap there from him. Atlas Coppo around the final corner, across the line, goes 3rd, but Zero is a 10th up. Zero is going to consolidate his pole position, comes across the line, 119.3, he consolidates it by another 10th of a second, and in the end, it's about nearly 2.5 tenths of a second separating Zero and Invictus. That is qualifying over. And Zero, who would have thought? 3rd place last time out in Hungary, another one continuing his good form from last week, and he takes pole position from Invictus in 2nd and Atlas Coppo there in 3rd. Rock City 4th and Maximus rounding off your top 5 positions. And the rest of the field, we're just waiting on Passels to retire from the session, and hopefully we can do that in quick time. Division 4 as well has just ended. And Key on top, Charlie 2nd, Martin Bell in 3rd. Unless Charlie can improve. Charlie doesn't. Oh, very close there in qualifying for Division 4. But Key on top, Charlie 2nd, Martin Bell in 3rd. If you want to get yourself along for Division 4, you can indeed. But let's have a look at the comment section. Yeah, Jimmy Storm had a ban last week. I'm not sure if he took it last week or if it was meant to be this week. I'm not sure if he might have picked up another one, a qualifying ban from last week in Hungary, because I know he had a little bit of hesitation, a few moments there out on track last time out in Hungary as we ride on board with Zero coming up towards Parabolica. But with qualifying over and done with, you can put your predictions in the comment section. Who do you think will be your top three and the pole and the fastest lap in the race? Get that in the comment section. I'll read, of course, them out during the formation lap as Zero crawls across the line with no fuel. Passel's not retiring from the session, but that is qualifying over and done with, and it is Zero out on top here in qualifying in Italy. Let's have a run down the full order then. Top 8 separated by less than a second, so Zero out on top from Invictus in 2nd. All Norwegian 3rd and 4th with Atlas Coppo and Rock City. Maximus in 5th with Jibby Storm in 6th. Sapmi King in 7th. Top 7 all from different manufacturers. Quite interesting. Shumi in 8th with Tom in 9th. And Nilsson rounding off the top 10. Passels in 11th with it's your boy Alfie in 12th. So the Renaults starting on the same row of the grid, the 6th row of the grid. Salas in 13th. Maid's down there in 14th. Serve the Blessed in 15th on his debut. Tekken going to try and do a last to first challenge. Well, be a second to last challenge, I'm afraid, Tekken, because Jeffrey is behind you out on track. And that's purely because Jeffrey crashed in the session. Tekken retired in the pit lane. So that is probably why Tekken is now not doing a last to first challenge, and now it's a second to last to first challenge. Bit of a mouthful to say that one, but still. As we get into the race, and as you can see, the weather gods are not on our side, as it is an intermediate race. So it means chaos, carnage, all of the words beginning with C that you can think of might just happen here tonight, along with any other word that you can think of that is associated with the rain and Italy. But it's going to be quite interesting to see. Juicy Fruit Snacks as well in the lobby. Just going to tune in on Discord to see if he is a reserve, just to double check, because I'm really unsure if he is, and he is not, so I don't know who that is. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure who he is. He might have just signed up, to be honest. If he has, then welcome along, of course, to Division 5. I'll just check that in a second. And yeah, I don't think the update, it has been given us an update just yet on the roster that I'm seeing, certainly. But he has selected an AlphaTauri. He is there on track as well, down there in 18th position. But Zero out on top, Invictus 2nd. Atlas Coppo in 3rd. It's your boy Alfie and Shumi have already had a coming together, it seems. They've both been disqualified from the formation lap. So we'll see how these inters go on. You should imagine, I think, the intermediate conditions will last for around 9-10 laps. See plenty of spray being kicked off the cars here out on track. But it's going to be really intriguing to see how these guys all cope with wet conditions. Were we seeing a little bit of hesitation from some of the drivers out on track, knowing that it's going to be a wet race, knowing that there's going to be possible incidents out on track and possible safety cars and VSCs as well? Have quite a few played it safe. Possibly. I think Mays certainly might be the one that has played it safe out of everyone. 14th position for him. He's got Seth the Blessed behind him, a new driver. Tech and Jeffrey Juicy Fruit Snacks in behind him as well. So it's going to be really interesting. Not sure if we'll get the AWS graphics coming up, by the way, for any of the pit strategies. Hopefully we do, so we can see, because I don't know a pit strategy around here to save my life in the wet conditions, never mind in the dry. You can see we're now coming through the final up towards Parabolica. And it excuse me, I did have to get that cough out. But you have now got 18 drivers about to do battle. It's come through the final couple of corners. The rest of the grid, by the way, all the way through Ascari. So we're going to be waiting quite a long time, I think, for the back markers, certainly to get round. Tech and Jeffrey Juicy Fruit Snacks in amongst that group. But you will all be wanting to hear my top 3 for tonight here in Italy. And let's predict the top 3. Why don't we? So I'm going to go 0 for the win. Atlas Copo second. And do you know what? I'm going to go wild and wacky. Tekken for third. Down there in 16th, I think he's got a great chance. If he doesn't get caught up in any early carnage, which is expected, we might just see, hopefully, something that's going to happen out on track. But every single driver now out on the grid is ready to begin. We're ready. You're ready. And we're about to go for TTML Division 5 here in Italy. It is round 8 of the championship, and as you can see, we've got a glitch to the left-hand side, but now it is cleared, and the red lights are now on. Very quick red lights as well, and it's lights out and away we go. On, there's been a bit of a lights glitch, I think. I'm not sure if Invictus jumped the start, but everyone's away safely. Invictus down towards someone who's got the jump on Zero. Rock City as well, jump on Zero. Zero's got a shocking start, but down in towards turn 1, a little bit of contact in behind. Jibby Storm dives it down the inside, makes it 3 wide. Rock City has been given a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. I can't really see why he's been given that, to be honest, but coming through the opening lap of the race so far and coming through the opening sector, Invictus leads as Mays is out. Mays is out of the race. I'm not sure what has happened there with Mays, and it looks like he's been involved in a collision with Serve the Blessed, possibly. Not sure what has happened there. Everyone now slowing up, it seems. Coming through the yellow flag zone through the first sector. Now that is cleared, we get back underway once again. Let's predict the pit stop strategy. Lap 13 to 18, it seems, for intermediate conditions. As Invictus leads the way, Rock City second, Zero in third, Atlas Copo in fourth. It looked like Mays might have crashed that coming on the exit, or on the run up towards the Della Roger chicane. So I'm not sure what happened there. Didn't really see it. Salas is through on Shumi just in the background as well. It's your boy Alfie is through. Nelson is through as well on Tekken. They're having a good set too, but we're right on board with the battle for the lead because Rock City is getting closer here to the back of Invictus. As he now comes up towards the final corner, Tom, I think, has had a bit of a moment coming through Ascari, but on the run through the final corner for the first time, Rock City right on the back of Invictus. 0.5 of a second separating, but it's Invictus who leads. Rock City second, Zero in third, Atlas Copo in fourth. Jibby Storm into the pit lane after that dive bomb in towards turn 1. Anybody that dive bombs into turn 1, I should say, really should take a look at themselves. But Shumi, as you can see, running in P4, so he now comes down towards turn 1. And we see a big glitch actually in behind. And I think Shumi is not in P4. Shumi is further down the field. I think he's in somewhere like P9, P10. Out on track, if I'm not mistaken. He's actually in P7 looking at the right hand side there. So on the run through the first sector, and we'll see the timings begin to update themselves. Yeah, so Shumi will run in 7th position. As now Atlas Copo tries to attack the back of Zero. Zero, of course, having that shocking start off the line. Not sure if Invictus jumped the start or if that was a lights glitch on our end, but Invictus does lead. Rock City second, Zero in third. Don't take Juicy Fruit Snacks, he is coming through the first sector along with Sapney King. So, Zero there in 4th. Alice Copel there in 5th, as Mays has left the session. Unfortunate, I think, for Mays to leave the session such early on. But as now the graphics update themselves, you see through the middle sector, and Nilsson is, or somebody at least was under a pressure. I think it's Tekken on the back of Shumi, who is trying to pressurise Shumi now down towards Parabolica. Apologies, I'm going to try and have to do this pretty much for the whole race, it seems, me commentating by myself, so don't be surprised if you hear any coughing. But here comes Rock City on the back of Invictus. This is for the lead of the race, down in towards turn 1, into the Retafilio chicane, and it looks like Rock City not going to go for the move. Invictus leads the way. Rock City in 2nd, yellow flag in sector 3 is Jibby Storm, who was round, and he is spun it coming through Ascari. Get out of the way of everyone out on track. Maximus and Atlas Copo, however, were side by side coming through Curva Grande. As now Maximus is on the back with a 10th of a second separating Atlas Copo, though, is through. He is now up into P4. And Rock City under pressure as well from Zero just in behind. The yellow flag in sector 1 has cleared. I think that might have been a slight mistake from Jeffrey, possibly. But as we come now through the middle sector, I'm really struggling with my voice here tonight. You can see Tekken right on the back of Shumi. Is he going to go for a dive down the inside into the second Lesmo? A little bit of lag picking up there from Tekken possibly, but Shumi managing to hold sway. 7th position for now. Yellow flag in sector 2 is Jeffrey, who was round. Unfortunate for Jeffrey, we saw the yellow flag in sector 1, now in sector 2. He has spun the car. As Invictus leads Rock City 2nd, 0 and 3rd, Jibby Storm has retired, and that, I think, is into the pit wall. If I'm not mistaken, and if that is into the pit wall, then it's quite daft, I think, to be honest. But we'll see. Not sure if it might have been into the pit lane, but we'll see. Crossing the line, it's not into the pit wall, so it is definitely within his pit box. Just to confirm that, I'll clarify that. It is within his pit box. Very difficult to see. I need to get my lenses tested, to be honest. Invictus leads though by a second. Here comes, though, Maximus on the back of Atlas Copo. Down in towards turn 1. Can the Red Bull get onto the back of the Ferrari? No, not quite. Atlas Copo holds position for now. Maximus running in 5th position. Salas coming into 6th position as well. Let's have a look at the position changes. Actually, Tekken up 8, Salas up 7. It's a really good start by them, as now we've seen an overtake for the lead. Rock City through. Coming through Curva Grande. And now Rock City is doing into the lead of the race. He's using up overtake mode to get that move done. GC Fruit Snack to set the new fastest lap of the race as well. The top 6 really beginning to come out there. Rock City, actually, not sure if he used overtake mode going through the corner there. Trying to get away from Invictus, but Invictus now on the back as we see a pro run from Atlas Copo. Salas is going to swamp him all, and Salas actually goes into the wall. Not really sure what happened there coming through the Curva del Serraglio, but Invictus on the back of Rock City for the lead of the race doesn't get the move done. Atlas Copo has changed positions with Maximus after that pro run out, so Maximus up to 4th, Atlas Copo now down into 5th position. Shumi on the back of Salas as well. This is for 6th position out on track. Shumi looking good so far. Tekken, by the way, up into 8th position. My prediction, by the way, is not actually looking too bad currently out on track, which is not. It's not going too bad at all. A James Head prediction that could be going right for once. Goodness me, here comes Zero on the back of Invictus. Oh, and there goes Invictus backwards. Zero is through, and he's into 2nd position, gets the move done with overtake mode at his disposal through, and he's up into 2nd. And here comes Shumi as well on the back of Salas, trying to go around the outside into the Retafilio chicane. Trying to floor it out the corner. You can hear the grinding of the gears, the grinding of the cars. He tries to maintain that traction coming out the Retafilio chicane, but Salas taking the thinner line coming through Curva Grande, manages to see off the attentions of Shumi. For now, Shumi very late on the brakes, closes up. He doesn't want to be doing that braking point again, I don't think, as now Tekken is right on the back. And Nilsson right on the back of this as well. So, really good opening 5 laps here in Italy. Not really much overtaking, to be honest, obviously with there being wet conditions, but we could see a possible move with Invictus on the Maximus on the back of Invictus. This is for 3rd and 4th, down in towards Ascari, and we see there Maximus cutting the corner, picks up a 3-second time, but just got to be careful. He picked up quite a few last time out in Hungary as well. As now Shumi closes up to the back of Salas. It's on the run now up towards Parabolica. It's going to be a lonely race here, me in the commentary box by myself. Rock City does lead from 0 in second, Invictus third, Maximus fourth, Atlas Coppo fifth, Salas sixth, Shumi seventh, Tekken in eighth. Tekken driving well so far. He's just now caught the back of a dirty tow line as now Shumi is on the back of Salas. Don't think Maximus is getting close enough to Invictus down in towards turn one. And no, Maximus tries to get the undercut, and actually we see this this undercut trying to work as now Maximus and Invictus side by side. Invictus slams the door shut on the inside line, coming through curve. Going there, Jeffrey has retired out the session, coming through the second Lesmo. Now Maximus has got a superior run, trying to go around the outside on the braking zone on Invictus, but it would be very ballsy, I think, to try and pull off that move. Maximus hangs on for fourth for now. Atlas Coppo trying to get back into play as well. Top five beginning to pull away slightly. Salas and Shumi there in fifth and sixth and seventh, I should say, as Maximus nearly lost it coming through there. See, Jeffrey's car will come to stop through Ascari. Here comes Maximus though on the back, and Tekken actually on the back of Shumi. That's through the curve of Del Serraglio. They're closing up to the back of us, onto the back of Shumi, I should say, and Tekken is through, and he's up into seventh position. Good move, good side-by-side action there, coming down in towards Ascari, and Tekken is through, and he's up into seventh. Here comes Shumi though on the back, as Shumi will try and get the move done. Trying to come around the outside. Shumi on the outside line, Tekken on the inside line. Shumi around the outside, gets the move done, it seems. Fantastic stuff from Tekken. Trying to get them run out the corner. It's side by side now as they come down the straight. Tekken on the inside line. Shumi gets the overtake mode up, and he is through, and he's up into seventh position. Invictus is through as well, and he's up into third. So Invictus through, and he's up into third position as well. Atlas Coppo nearly goes in, diving into the back there, as Tekken is still on the back and keeping Shumi honest as well. Really good race going on here out on track here in Italy. Lap 7 out of 27, Rock City leads 0 second, Invictus third, Maximus in fourth, Atlas Coppo fifth, Salas sixth, Shumi seventh, Tekken eighth, Nelson in ninth, and it's your boy Alfie on his debut, running in P10, doing a good job so far is the Brit. Tom down there in 11th as well. You see Maximus trying to get the superior on. He's on the inside line coming through the Lesmo 1 and gets the move done. Brilliant overtake by Maximus. He is through and he's up into P3. Fantastic stuff by Maximus to get the move done on Invictus. Blue Sky's trying to break through the clouds desperately, but really good action here. Rock City now leads 0 second and Maximus in third. As there's a yellow flag through sector 1 and 2, and it looks like Serve the Blessed has lost it. It might have been trying to fight the car, possibly coming through Curva Grande. He might have got caught in the inside curve. Not sure about that one, but Serve the Blessed is round, and Juicy Fruit Snacks looks like he's going to get the overtake done, and does. So he's now through, and he's up into 14th position. They're dropping like flies here tonight in Italy. May's already at the race, Jibby Storm and Jeffrey already at the race as well. A really good race nonetheless happening here on League Racing TV. And now Atlas Coppo sails by an Invictus. So Atlas Coppo through on Invictus, and he's through and he's up to P5. And now Invictus actually could lose 2 places, because here comes Salas now down the inside line. Very late on the break to the Alfa Romeo, and just about going to get the move done, I think. He's on the inside line, Invictus, but Salas gets the move done. Brilliant stuff by Salas. He is through and he's up into P5. Invictus couldn't fight that one, trying to save up as much EOS as possible. Now that brings Shumi and Tekken both into play as well. Fantastic racing, and Tekken now on the back of Shumi for 8th position. And apparently, just seen on the comments section there that the race should be restarted. The guy not in the league is racing, so I'm not sure if there's been a lobby set up there. Might have to be done with Invictus, but currently, it seems like we're continuing within the lobby. May's obviously been one of the admins. We can try and take him for face value, but Shumi on the back of Invictus will try and compensate until we're said otherwise, and until these guys retire out on track. It's now Shumi takes it to the inside line, and Invictus around the outside line. He's through and he's up into P6. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I was wondering who he was when he joined. I couldn't see him on the roster, so no wonder this race might be restarted. Shumi absolutely sails past Invictus, and now Invictus is going to get hammered down the inside line. There goes Tekken on the inside line, now coming into Parabolica and gets the move done, and Invictus is dropping like a fly, but that is to preserve, I think, the EOS. He might be trying to preserve these drier conditions coming out on track. But, and he's really struggling. Actually, has he got front wing damage? No, he's weaving it back down the straight. Not sure what's going on here. Invictus is dropping like a fly, and Nilsson is through. So Nilsson, his teammate, now through, and he's up into 8th position. Invictus now down into 9th. Rock City leads 0 second, Maximus in 3rd. A third of the way through here in Division 5. Whether this race counts or not will remain to be seen. I will continue commentating though for you guys as much as I can, as we see 0 right on the back of Rock City. And this is for the lead of the race out on track. Rock City leads 0 second, Maximus in 3rd. And yeah, it seems like these guys are not really listening to what the admins are saying, to be honest. If this race, of course, was to be restarted, it is such a shame. But then again, it's one of those things, I think. Obviously, it's just, yeah, lobby needs to be redone, I think. But Rock City does lead from 0 and 2nd, Maximus in 3rd. Division 4 as well is currently live, and they're currently not having a randomer within their race. Aquaplaning just leads from key 2nd, Martin Bell in 3rd, but I think there's been a few pit stops made in Division 4 as I look quickly on there. Maximus on the back of 0. This is for 2nd and 3rd, and only a second separating the top 3. Quite close out in front. Lap 10 out of 27. Here comes now Maximus on the back of 0. 0 also trying to use up a maximizer overtake mode, as now he is through and he's up into P2, and Maximus is going to go into the back of 0, and he does! Maximus clouts the back of 0. So unfortunate. But now, yellow flag in sector 1 on Sev the Blessed getting out of the way of the leaders. Rock City leads 0 second, Maximus in 3rd, Sev the Blessed, 10 seconds time penalty needs to be removed, quite literally. But these guys, I'm not sure if they are listening to what the admins are saying. This could be a void race that we are commentating on here tonight. As Sev the Blessed has left the session, and see if others might follow. Such shame. Points are given for top 15, of course, and down towards 19th position as well. There was 19 drivers here, but you can see the Inter's really beginning to feel the effects. Rock City has now burst away. 1.5 seconds from 0 and 2nd, Maximus currently in 3rd position. But all of these guys, I don't think will be listening to the stream. They certainly won't be listening to me, and if not, they're certainly not listening to the admins either. Tekken on the back of Shumi. Oh, as we see, not sure who that was. I think that was Silas going sideways coming through Ascari. That was incredible. We just flicked it past, but Silas still in 5th. Tekken is on the back there with Shumi. Was very close to the back of Shumi coming through Ascari. And now down in towards turn through Parabolica. 0 into the pit lane. So 0, one of the first into the pit lane. 16 laps on a set of Inters. It looks like it's getting drier, to be honest, out on track. The rain is beginning to ease off slightly. So 0 then into the pit lane from what was 2nd or 3rd position. He's got front wing damage. So 0 into the pit lane with front wing damage, as Tekken now has left the session. I think these guys are now getting the message through that this race that we're currently in board with is not the race at all, which is such a shame, because drivers should have been listening right from the start. I was wondering why Mays had spun it coming through Curva Grande, but still. I'll continue on currently within this lobby, but if more drivers decide to leave, obviously, then I will follow suit. Shumi under pressure from Tekken's AI. Nilsson on the back of this as well. And I'll see if there's been an official communication actually put in. Oh, Nilsson nearly loses it coming out of the 2nd Lesmo. That now brings it your boy Alfie onto the back. Oh, and cuts the back of him nearly. That was a bit of front wing, I think, going off the car. So now it's your boy Alfie through, and he's up into 7th. Nilsson down into 8th. And, well, drama really going on here tonight in TTML. And honestly, whether or not this race is going to be as it is remains to be seen. Rock City is now into the pit lane. What was from the lead of the rest, Maximus, I think, got it done coming through Parabolica. So now into the pit lane he must go. And Tekken saying he has joined, everyone else should join. So I am going to join as well and see if they follow suit. So I'm now accepting that invite into Maze's lobby now. There is only 4 people here. Rock City has now come in, so hopefully the guys will now get the message that that race has now been voided. If not, then there might be a few penalties coming their way. But I'm joining another lobby. I know it looks so unprofessional on the stream, and I can only apologise. But that is what you get when you have your friends or your lobby on friends only or invite only or whatever. So I think one of the drivers has probably invited in another. That is what I'm going to go with there. But as we now see everyone begin to join, they wondered why I think I left, and that is why we have left. I wonder if we're going to take the results from qualifying. I think it might be best if we do, to be honest, and try and replicate it with wet racing. Yeah, I think that is what we're going to do. So I imagine that it's going to be a grid set order. What I can do in that case is send through the results of one-shot qualifying through to Maze on Twitter, and then that will be job done. As I will get that up now for him. And you'll probably just hear me go on about yeah, it's such a shame. We're going to be in for a long night, I think, now in terms of the racing out on track, but hopefully we're going to see a very good race nonetheless. As there we go. Yeah, so both screenshots now should be coming Maze's way out on Twitter. And as you can hear, I am coughing very badly still, so hopefully we're going to see a good race still unfold out on track. Obviously a shame with there being a driver that is not in the session being here, and I've just totally not forgot to send that through as a cropped screenshot, which is fantastic. Right, I'm going to delete that and I'll send another one. I'll edit it this time. But yeah, it is such a shame. If you're wondering what's going on, there was a driver not meant to be here within the league in the Division 5 lobby. Not sure how that mistake was made, to be honest. But, and again, it's something we can all learn from going forward. Pardon me, as I cropped the screenshot down for Maze. And I'm not sure if we will... Oh, we are running one-shot qualifying, I think. So one-shot qualifying, it seems to be a little bit unfair, I think, to be honest. If we run one-shot qualifying, we have got the results there from qualifying, and we can replicate the results from that. But it is such a shame. I mean, half the field is still running in that other lobby currently. So I'm honestly not sure what is going on, to be honest. But let's hope we can actually get something out of this. If you are listening in that other lobby, if you have got the stream up, come and join Maze's lobby. You won't get wrong. You will not be given a slap wrist or anything like that. But we are hopefully going to get back underway very shortly indeed. So while we wait for everyone else now to rejoin back up, I will take a break. So, to anybody that is tuning in and wondering what is going on, I have just received official confirmation from Maze, who is the Division 5 lobby host currently, and from everyone else that this race has been cancelled, I'm afraid. Yes, I know we were watching a very good race there for the first 10 laps or so until we came into this lobby, but that is what happens when you don't have a driver that is signed up to the league racing in, and I think it's the fairest option for these guys. I mean, it is a bit of a waste. I feel so sorry for all of the drivers out on track tonight. I feel so sorry as well for anybody that has been viewing in and wanted to be treated to a good race in Division 5. Sadly, I'm afraid it is cancelled for tonight, so this stream will not be going any further, but I can say that we will be live once again next week for Tuesday night, Division 1 in TTML, and it is around Russia. All of the Grand Prix next week around Russia, except from F2, which is running a different calendar. That's on Wednesdays, of course. Thursdays is Division 2 and Division 3, and then Division 4 and 5 will be around Russia as well. Whether Italy happens towards the end of the season or not remains to be seen. But hopefully everyone will stay safe. Look out for yourselves. We're in lockdown here in the northeast. Protect yourself, protect your family. That is the most important thing going on, I think, in the world. Please stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Division 5 tonight. And yeah, Jibby Storm, I am seeing the comments there in the comment section. Yeah, there's no race and no points for this one. It's been voided. It might be run at the end of the season. I'm not sure, and I'm sure an official communication will be put out in the future within the chat on Discord. It's a shame. I know, I really feel for you guys who have been practicing pretty much throughout the week, I would imagine, to race. But these things happen. It's out of our control. It's out of my control, certainly, so don't go blaming me. But thank you so much for watching Division 5 tonight. I will now sign off for the evening, an early finish, but we'll be back live on Tuesday night for TTML. In fact, we'll be back live on Monday night because CWC is coming to League of Europe, to TTML, to League Racing TV. That's the one I was looking for. And Malk will be taking you through, of course, CWC. I think it's round 6 in Spain, if I'm not mistaken, the race that is going to be on the channel from this Monday, so it's going to be fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in, though, here to Division 5. Thank you so much, and until next time, goodbye.